Hey, how's it going guys? Logan Turner here, and thank you again for checking back in. And today we are going to be talking about something pretty special. We're going to be talking about budget film photography, specifically medium format photography. I know a lot of people get discouraged because shooting film is pretty expensive, especially if you're trying to shoot something that is bigger than 35 millimeters. Well, today we're going to do a little experiment so I can show you that you can also go out and shoot beautiful medium format negatives without having to break the bank. So the biggest question I get asked is, what medium format camera do I use that did not put me into bankruptcy? That camera is going to be the Yashica-D. These are really popular medium format TLR cameras, and you can actually get the entire Yashica A through D line for around $100 right now. But I promise, you can still get a great image out of these cameras, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. So I decided to load up my Yashica-D with some black and white film. Today I am going to be shooting with the Lomography Lady Gray. I've never used this stock before and don't really hear much about it online, so let me know in the comments how you feel about this film stock. For those of you that are curious, this film stock is actually rated at 400, which is what I put into my mobile light meter app. That's actually one of the downsides of this camera. As opposed to the Yashica Matte or other high-end medium format cameras, there is no metering system on this. You'll either have to use an external meter or a light meter app on your phone, which doesn't really bother me really. So I decided to actually walk around my hometown a little bit and shoot some Midwest alleys, because that's probably the saddest thing someone from Ohio can actually do. I mean, what's more depressing than some of these images here? The only way these could get sadder is if Hawthorne Heights spontaneously started playing a show in the background. So the burning question is, how much did I pay for this camera and what did it cost me? I actually bought this camera for around $100 on eBay, and frankly, it was in perfect condition. The only thing I noticed about this camera that was a little off is this dent that covers up the viewfinder, but it works fine to me, so I said, F it. Give me this camera and give me it now. But other than that, everything else seems to be working fine. I do notice that there's some sort of spacing issue, but that also could just be because I don't know how to load film properly still and should probably just give up. So a little bit more about the camera itself. The way you shoot this camera is you actually turn these dials here on the side. These dials here will control your f-stop and your shutter speed. So if you don't know much about a TLR camera, it's the top lens that you're actually looking through, while the bottom lens is what takes a photo. What's also nice about this camera is that it's very quiet. It comes with a leaf shutter system that is built into that bottom lens, and the way that you shoot this camera is you actually cock it with this pin right here, and then you press the button underneath for a very quiet and satisfying shutter sound. So for all you street photography nerds out there, maybe this is the medium format camera for you. I will say that the lens on this camera is good, not great. It still gives you that nice depth of field and space rendering that you expect from most medium format cameras, but it doesn't really deliver on the sharpness as you would expect from higher end medium format film cameras. But at the end of the day, the price for this camera I think is well worth the quality of this lens. One thing to note is this actually isn't a 6x7 camera, this is a 6x6 camera, meaning that it does shoot in square format. A lot of people have differing opinions on that. I find that it's just something that I had to get used to shooting, and now I'm able to kind of compose it better. So if that's something that doesn't bother you, I'd say go for it, especially since you're going to get actually 12 shots out of a roll in medium format, as opposed to 10 shots if you were shooting on 6x7. Another thing about this camera that I really like is that it actually is a waist level viewfinder, which is something that I've really desired. I love the giant focal plane that you get to look through when you're looking through that viewing window. It makes things look so clear, so crisp, and it's so easy to compose when everything is that bright in your viewfinder. Since it was such a bright day, I was pretty much at f22 and f16 most of the time. My shutter speed was cranked all the way open, so if everything looks and focused in these images, that's exactly why. Once again, I came home with a new appreciation for this camera. I think a lot of these pictures turned out great, especially for the price that I got this at. I've been shooting this camera for over a year now. Here are some of the additional photos here. I've taken portraits on this thing. I've taken this thing on road trips. I've thrown this thing around. I've abused it, used it, and it's still going strong to this day. That's the thing also about these cheap medium format cameras. You can use these things and feel totally not bad about yourself if you accidentally bump them into a wall, or throw them in a blender, or forget that it's not a toaster and put it in the bathtub with you. At the end of the day, I just think this is a very solid camera. If you're looking to shoot medium format film but not spend a ton of money, I say go for this camera and go for the Yashica-A, go for the Yashica-D, or maybe look for a cheap Rolly or another cheap TLR camera. Just go out there and see what's on eBay, really experiment with the types of cameras you like to use, and maybe you'll end up liking something a lot more than you originally thought. When I first started, I had dreams of owning things like an RZ67 or a Pentax 6x7, but now I'm finding that the more that I shoot with these types of cameras that are older and a bit cheaper, the more I appreciate them even more. Well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you once again for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. We will have more film content coming to you later. Until then, go out, go shoot, and let me know of any other cheap medium format cameras you might like down in the comments below. I gotta run. Peace out.